everyone.
Welcome to Live at 5. It is Wednesday, March the 9th.
Yes, we're a little... There we go.
Ryan is doing things. Hello, I'm Imogen. I'm back. It's Ryan
Welcome back, Imogen.
So we've just got this story out. This is slightly exciting news. Broadway switcheroo going on. American Psycho has taken Nerds' opening night. When it gets to the end of the season, these opening nights are back to back to back, and Nerds actually had a better opening night date than Psycho did. So Psycho has moved in on it. Yeah.
Right.
So that's
and as you'll recall, they actually pushed back that date a little bit, the last possible date for shows to open before they're eligible for the Tonys.
Yeah, because the Tonys moved back a week because they can't get the venue they would normally have, which is Radio City, because the Rockettes are in there, so at the Beacon. So there we go. Broadway breaking news. This is interesting. Anastasia,
Right.
new musical based on the movie, is happening at Hartford Stage, and we knew that Darko Tresnek, is that how you say it?
Mm-hmm. From Gentleman's Guide.
McPhee knows everything. Okay, just then. Anyway, so Derek Kleiner, that's how you say it, and Christy Altamore, who were together in Carry Off Broadway, as you pointed out.
Right.
They are going to be leading it at Hartford Stage, and this is Broadway Bound written all over it.
Oh, for sure. I mean, like, people know that movie, people know those songs, and they said that they're gonna keep some of the songs from the original film, the Aaron's and Flaherty songs, and then they're also gonna write some new ones.
Exactly. So. And Darko obviously did A Gentleman's Guide to Love and Murder, won a Tony for that, and is artistic director of Hartford Stage. So that's interesting. Audra McDonald, HBO, March 12th, new promo out, have a look at the site. And of course, if you're in London, you get to see Audra McDonald do Lady Day, because she's going there this summer to do it. So
you can see her HBO.
HBO.
Fly over to London.
Yeah, you know,
again.
just to say, yeah, it's happening.
And yes, Bernadette does voice a role in Anastasia.
Okay.
Just fun
I
trivia.
can't believe you didn't bring that up when we were doing the Anastasia bit. It's very unlike McPhee, I think, as you all know. Okay, moving on. Incognito, which is written by Nick Payne, who did the marvellous Constellations, which I adored on Broadway, starring Jake Gyllenhaal and Ruth Wilson, Golden Globe winner, Ruth Wilson. He's got this new play, Incognito, and Charlie Cox is in Daredevil, and Heather Lind, I think, who's in, I have never seen Turn, Washington Spies, but she's in that. So they're going to be leading that off Broadway. But Nick Payne is an incredible playwright, so that's definitely one to watch.
Sure.
Odds and Ends isn't up yet, lots in there. Really fun story about Ken Watanabe,
right.
who is of course recovering from stomach cancer. He he's scheduled to go back to the show in
I believe the 17th of March.
March 17th. Yeah. Anyway, he ended up doing a show last night with King and I because Hoon Lee was sick.
Yeah, he was just at the space rehearsing for his return, and they needed someone to go on, and he was there, so he filled in, which is great that he's good enough spirits to be able to go on with that late notice.
Absolutely. Show People is up with Jason Danielli. Have a watch of that. It's incredible to talk about Marion and everything. Bit of a King and I segue there. Younger.
So new episode of Younger tonight, and as always, we have a recap going up right after the episode. I did want to share, TV Land was kind enough to send this to me, which I really like. But more importantly, they also sent this. So those watching Younger know all about Josh, all about Nika Tortorella. I'll show you March. Check this out. So this is what I get to look at every day at my desk now. Sorry, Imogen. There we go.
It was covering my face. I mean, okay, I admit that that's probably more attractive, but still. Okay, right, we really bored me. You want to speak to Vincent, but the Disaster opening was last night. Beth got a really interesting scoop about the Backstreet Boys, didn't she?
Yeah. So apparently a Backstreet Boys musical is in the works. They've been developing this for some time now. I think they said 4 years. So we'll see what happens with that.
Yeah.
How did he described it as a Jersey Boys meets Cirque meets Backstreet Boys, which I don't know what that means, but I'm interested.
On that note, I'm leaving because we've got a star of the show for today.
Yes. So today's guest is Vincent Rodriguez III. Come on in, Vincent. You can catch him in Crazy Ex-Girlfriend on the CW.
Hi, guys.
It's Josh Chan, everyone.
What's up?
How you doing?
Hi, good.
So how do you feel about a Backstreet Boys musical?
Yeah, sure, let's bring it. Larger than life.
Yeah,
I want to see it.
You have some boy band experience yourself.
A little bit.
Crazy Ex-Girlfriend.
A little bit. Yes, thank you, NSYNC and Backstreet Boys. I listen to both.
So for those Periscopers out there
Yes.
who haven't tuned into Crazy Ex-Girlfriend yet, which why wouldn't you? But
Right.
why don't you tell everyone what Crazy Ex-Girlfriend is and who Josh Chan is?
Sure, yeah. Crazy Ex-Girlfriend is about this young lawyer, Rebecca Bunch, who gives up her very successful yet unhappy life in New York City and basically goes over 3,000 miles across the country to pursue the love of her life, Joshua Felix Chan, played by me, who broke up with her in summer camp in high school. So that's a little backstory for you. But that's the premise of the show, and she's not the only crazy one. Everyone's crazy in the show.
So Broadway fans, there are like 2 to 3 minimum musical numbers per episode.
Correct.
And they're really fun, and a lot of them also allude to some very famous show tunes.
Oh yeah.
And you actually come from a musical theater background yourself.
I do. I was in New York for 12 years before I got Crazy Ex-Girlfriend, and so I'm very well aware of all things musical. As is Rachel Bloom, who went to Cap 21 here in New York City, and then moved to LA to pursue like sketch comedy and writing. And I think she wrote her first hit song. Can I cuss on one? No, I can't say. Okay, but she wrote her first song. It has a cuss word in it, but she wrote it while she was in New York, and then produced it when she was in LA, and it became like her viral hit, and that's kind of the launching pad for her. And now she has all these videos, and that's how she got discovered by these shows. Other co-creator, Lean Brush McKenna, who wrote What? Devil Wears Prada. I'm pretty sure all of you have watched Devil Wears Prada. At least 8 times, because I know I have.
And Santino Fontana is in Crazy Ex-Girlfriend.
Yes, he is. He plays my best friend Greg.
Yeah, you have a lot of stage favorites.
We do. Yeah. Donald Champlin. I mean, she's
David Hull.
Broadway. Yeah. David Hull. Yeah, David. Like, people don't know that about David Hull, but he's been in a lot of Broadway shows. I don't know how many, but I know he was in Wicked, and he was in
How to Succeed.
Yes, I still watch that Tony Award performance because I love Rob Ashford's choreography. It's amazing.
So, what's the vibe like on set with all these theater people?
It feels like you're doing a musical. So for those of you who have done a musical, whether it's community theater or professional theater, like, it's fun, the energy, it's bubbly. That's what it's like on the set of Crazy Ex-Girlfriend. It's pretty crazy, it's pretty fun, and but like add improv to that. So anything on the script that's on the script, we say it, but a lot of things come out that are not on the page, and that causes me to trying my best not to laugh because everyone's so funny on the show.
So would you say it's like a collaborative process, working on creating these characters?
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing too, is that, Alina and Rachel really trust us in these roles, and there's been so many talks about who these people are, and we do the table reads, and all the writers, they know who these characters are, and then we trust them to write them a certain way, and so it's just kind of like, I don't know, like the script is the board we ride, but we're free to kind of maneuver, right? And we have a little bit of freedom, so it's a lot of fun.
Yeah. So what's going through your head when you're handed a script and you have this like crazy musical moment? Like, let's say you're performing with 3 clones of yourself in a boy band.
The boy band of Josh's. Yeah, that was nuts. I remember when she sent that song to me, I freaked out because I was like, oh my gosh, every single time I listen to like Backstreet Boys or watch the NSYNC Pop Odyssey concert, it's like coming into my head and all the choreography. So it was a dream come true for me, and there's a musical called Altar Boys, which you guys would know more than other people I've told, but like, I've always wanted to be in Altar Boys. I think that show's hilarious. It's really funny, and
so people think you're channeling like a boy band like Backstreet Boys, but it's actually Altar Boys is going through your head.
Altar Boys was going through my head. A lot of my character study for who these people were was helped by Altar Boys, because they had written such a great show and had all those characters and had friends who had been in the show. So, but yeah, I just kind of took all that and that was how we shaped each of the Joshes. And then the song itself, that was just Rachel Bloom being brilliant and creating a great, great like storyline and like emotional arc within it, because Josh represents something for Rachel and kind of she sees him as someone who's going to heal her. So that's why she sees it as like the doctor who's like going to diagnose her. And I know all these big words. It's like, I don't know what to do.
So we've gotten a lot of love, a lot of hearts
Yeah.
over there, and a lot of people are talking about their favorite numbers. Someone said the West Covina reprise on the party bus, the Music Man number.
Yes.
What's been the most fun for you to?
Crack. Crack. Yeah. So I got to sing backup for that. No one knows it's me, so it's awesome. But I was like, it's like and Music Man's another. I mean, it's iconic. It's just fun because like we do musicals because they're fun, and that's what it's like singing on these numbers in these numbers. And I know specifically for the West Covina reprise, that felt very. I kept hearing a whole new world. I can show you the world. And then, of course, Lea Salonga was just on the show, and all I could think in my head was, don't sing a whole new world. Don't sing a whole new world.
Don't do that in front of Lea Salonga.
She's gonna get mad. So there's all these like influences, and I can hear it in the music, and we had an amazing music team on Crazy Ex-Girlfriend. I mean, so I didn't know this, but like in TV, a 1 hour comedy takes 10 days to shoot. That's like a standard in LA. I could be wrong, but that's what I heard. So our show has 2 to 3 songs in it per episode, and that includes choreography and stuff, and it's a 1 hour musical comedy. We do it in 7.
Oh, wow.
So it's a little cray-cray. It's a little nuts, but we're all used to working really, really fast. So, learning dance numbers really quick, getting sheet music, and then like, here, learn this, now sing it.
Yeah, because there's a pretty tight turnaround in theater as well. So
There can be. Yeah. I've done the summer stock. Here, learn the show in 2 weeks. Okay, opening nights tonight. All right. You want to change this number? Okay. We have 10 minutes till curtain. All right. Why not?
So there's a good question now. When did you actually start musical theater yourself?
I started really late. I started I started theater in general in 9th grade, and at that point, I had already been in band a bunch of years. Could play 2 or 3 musical instruments, piano, drums, and clarinet. And I wanted to be an actor, and just they didn't have acting at my elementary school or my junior high. Shout out Garden Village Elementary, Fernando Rivera Middle School, Daly City, California. None of them are watching. No. I'm like, what? What are those places? After I got my first black belt when I was in 8th grade, so when I got to high school, martial arts kind of took the back seat because all of a sudden there was a drama program, and that's when I started doing theater. Yeah.
Yeah, and you also like have a lot of dance background too.
I do.
That you get to showcase on the show.
I do, and it's fun. I haven't had to showcase all of it because there's only so much required within a song or an arc of a character. Someone asked me do I still play those instruments? Yeah, I can still play clarinet. I can still play I can play the beginning of Clair de Lune on piano. That's not bad, right? I can play drums, but it's one of those things where it's like the bike, like you gotta get on the bike. There's always that, whoa, but you eventually, like, can you rap? Yes, I can rap, and I'm seeing Hamilton tonight. I already have most of the show memorized. I'm obsessed with the show. I'm obsessed with Hamilton.
Have you seen it before, or is this gonna be your first time?
I've seen Hamilton before. Oh, thank you. You were great on Donnie. Thank you. I was the tap host. I also tap. But yeah, sorry, you were saying?
Have you seen Hamilton before?
I did. I saw Hamilton before, so this will be my second time. I've been in In the Heights and Bring It On and Hamilton, all in Manuel Miranda shows. So huge fan of his work, huge fan of him. He's a great guy, and he's an inspiration really to, I think, artists everywhere, whether you are writing a show or you're an actor in a show or you're just creating anything. It's really inspiring. What can't you do that you wish you could? Oh, that's a good question. I don't know. I'm pretty ambitious, so I'll try almost anything. My special skill set's pretty long, only because I was such a geek in high school, and I idolized all these talented musical theater people, and I figured, then you just have to learn all these things if you want to do musical theater. So I kept picking up all these special skills and instruments and so forth.
I hear you're into magic.
I am. I'm a magician. It's I don't know. When I was a kid, my family would take us to Disneyland every year, and then there was a certain time in my childhood where that ended, and then it was around when my sisters left to go to college and stuff. So I kind of, was like, Mom, Dad, what up? Like, Disneyland, hello. And hi, Tampa, Florida. And they took me to Vegas. I'm like, what am I supposed to do in Vegas? So on the way to Vegas, we see a poster for like Lance Burton till 2008 or whatever, and I'm like, whoa, I want to see Lance Burton. And I say David Copperfield for 2 weeks only. I'm like, I want to see David Copperfield. So that was like the highlight of the trip to Vegas. I saw both those magicians. I didn't meet David. I met Lance and got a photo with him. But as soon as I got back to San Francisco, I went to Misdirection's Magic Shop in San Francisco, and that is a shameless plug. Joe's my man, providing me magic for many, many years. He's awesome. And I just started doing magic, and it helped me with a lot. There's all these cool questions coming up, guys. Wow. But yeah, I was a magician, and it was great. What was your favorite production? I've done so many productions. Upbeat something.
Ask again.
Ask again.
So going back to Hamilton, though, and you know about like representation on Broadway. Right now is so important.
Yes,
and I mean,
yes.
you're Filipino, Josh Chan is Filipino, and like,
Yes.
we don't see enough, Asian romantic leads on TV right now.
No, we don't.
So, what does it mean for you to be able to represent that right now?
What does it mean for me? It's huge, and I think it's really important, and I think it's awesome. I wish Allegiance could have played longer too. I got to see Allegiance, luckily, before it closed, and a lot of my friends are in that show. It's a very powerful show. It's up there. I feel like it's with that lineage of like Les Mis and Parade, those like period epic musicals that are historically related and very important stories to tell. It's good, and just like Hamilton, I think it's very powerful for us to look back, and particularly with Hamilton, I think, which is to your point, where we need to see that diversity. We need to see on stage the people who we see in real life.
Yeah.
We have a black president. I'm not the first Asian bro dude, who around, but like we've never seen that on TV, so it's really neat that Aline and Rachel made that choice to write Josh to be specifically an Asian.
So that was from the beginning.
From the beginning, yeah. He was Josh Chang, and then when they found out I was Filipino, they were like, "Oh, how about Chan?" And then I said, "Well, is Chan Filipino?" Exactly, is Chan Filipino last name? No, that's a good question. I asked the same thing too. And so Aline did her research, and she found out that Chan is actually a surname of the Philippines. Oh. So that made sense, and I grew up with people. Yeah, Jose Marie Chan. See, I buy that. I grew up with like Bautistas and Magalangs and Tangs and Chans and Lees all the time. I don't know what my favorite emoji is. Thumbs up. Smiley face. I just started using bit emoji.
Oh, yeah.
So I have an emoji of myself. It's like,
that's fancy.
It's so fancy. I was like, oh my god, that looks like me. Someone asked me a question about Hunchback. Yeah, I was in Hunchback, the workshop of it, and it's an original stage production at La Jolla Playhouse and Paper Mill 2, and then the recording, which made #1 on the Billboard for like charts, is huge. So yeah, I'm singing on that, and if you look at any footage from those 2 stage productions, you'll see this guy like in an orange or brown jacket flipping around looking like a weirdo. Who inspires you? Rachel Bloom inspires me, and I love the Hunchback recording too. You saw it at La Jolla, awesome. I'm very proud of Hunchback. It's one of the most amazing productions I've ever been a part of, truly. I mean, Patrick Page as Frollo, Michael Arden as Quasimodo. I was like, these guys are going to win Tony Awards if this thing goes to Broadway. Ciara Renee, who plays Esmeralda, who is now Hawk Girl in CW's Legends of Tomorrow, like star instantly. And Andrew Samansky was awesome. He was Phoebus, and I just saw him in the tour, Bridges of Madison County.
Right.
It was amazing, along with Elizabeth Stanley, who I did Xanadu tour with. So it's just like full circle, guys.
Yeah, and your CW buds.
Yeah, CW buds. It's like, we're all friends.
So we talked to Rachel Bloom a couple months ago, I would say, just to get a sense of her musical theater taste, because she's such a noted musical theater fan.
Yep, we're both kind of like grew up being theater geeks, and that's kind of how she wrote this character, Rebecca Bunch. Rebecca Bunch is basically Rachel Bloom. I've noticed the letters are the same, Rebecca Bunch, Rachel Bloom. But yeah, we're both. Rebecca Bunch and Rachel Bloom are both theater geeks, and I think as am I.
So we asked her a few questions, and I just want to do like a speed fire.
Oh dear Lord! Okay, I'm ready.
First time on stage.
It's going to be terrifying, you guys. Theater geeks for the win! I'm like for the buzzer.
We used to have a sound machine. Oh, it's over there. Use it. So what was your first time on stage?
I cannot believe I don't remember this.
First memory on stage. How about that?
Okay, It was like a hall at some Filipino gathering. I think I was in the 2nd grade. I did an improv dance to like Color Me Bad. Literally my first time on stage. I've never thought about that in my life. And there you guys know now. It's in the world.
Who's your musical theater crush?
That's tough. Because in college it was Brian Darcy James. Because I've worked with him. I did White Christmas with him. Because his voice is ridiculous. And to this day I still have a bunch of songs in my book. It's just all Brian Darcy James songs. Because I basically wanted to be him in college. Oh, jeez.
I think Rachel said Mark Kudish and Sutton Foster.
Well, Mark's amazing.
Both of them have worked with Brian
Sutton,
Darcy James on
well,
stage.
Sutton is, I mean, come on. I mean, Sutton Foster,
You can't go
how is Sutton not your I mean, yeah, younger. Exactly.
John Younger.
Like, because when I sometimes when I'm teaching these musical theater workshops and I teach choreography, my default, hey, Rob Ashford, my hat's off to you. Like, it's not, I don't think it's his favorite show in terms of the shows he's choreographed, but it's totally mine. And Sutton was amazing in it. I listened to the Thoroughly Modern Millie soundtrack so many times. I've done the show, I think, 3 times. And I actually booked the tour of Thoroughly Modern Millie, the first national, to cover Bung Fu and Ching Ho. But I didn't take it because I got Irving Berlin's White Christmas, which led me to Brian Darcy James. So are you trained in dance? Yes, I studied dance since my senior year of high school. I studied Russian dance, which is like athletic ballet, and then I took my first tap class my senior year, which is crazy because then 3 years later, after graduating a 2-year acting conservatory, I booked 42nd Street tour, which is all tap. And I'm like, how did I book this tour? I only have 3 years of actual tap experience. But I've been watching Gene Kelly for the longest time. So earlier you guys asked me who inspires me. Rachel Bloom inspires me because she's amazing. And the company of Crazy Ex-Girlfriend, they're very inspiring. Walking on set, everyone is like, I don't know, you ever walk into like work and everyone's just awesome and friendly and just makes everything flow. It feels like a family. That's what Crazy Ex-Girlfriend's like. But growing up as a kid, dancing-wise, Gene Kelly, hands down. Gene Kelly. Any show on Broadway or off Broadway is good for me. Yeah, right? Well, it's Broadway. Yeah. That word. And favorite ice cream flavor, it used to be French vanilla. And I still like French vanilla, and here's why. Add any other flavor to it, it's awesome. You have a drink, like you like chocolate, put chocolate and French vanilla in a blender, swirl it up, it's delicious. Or if you like booze, you can put booze, if you're of age, you can add ice cream to that.
That's a favorite boba.
Favorite boba? Oh,
Big
taro.
part of
Taro.
the show.
I had a large taro today.
Disagree with you strongly, but
No, well, it's my favorite, but like,
now.
I can be swayed. If it's boba, I'm there.
Okay.
Like, what you like, coconut, mango, or you?
I had a coconut, Thai tea.
Thai iced teas, come on. Thai iced tea. I just can't have milk, so like I can't have dairy. It just gives me the gas, dem burps. I think that's a quote from Crazy Ex-Girlfriend, actually.
So what's your go-to audition song? Is it a Brian Darcy James song?
It is. Don't steal it. Advice for aspiring actors. Absolutely. Hey, I was an actor. I was a student, and I'm an actor, and I teach. So like, I inspire as much as I can. So audition songs. Okay, so can I tell you a funny story?
Go for it.
So my favorite go-to audition song, I remember having it in my book for a long time, and it was during a time where I couldn't afford an accompanist, so I never knew what the accompaniment sounded like, but I had the recording, and I listened to it every day. And you guys, I think all of us theater geeks can relate to this. There's every once in a while, there's like a song that you basically, it repeats in your head whether you're listening to it or not, and you have everything about the song memorized. You could lip sync to it, you know the words, you know the accompaniment, you memorize the energy of it, and that song for me, I wanted, it had to be my audition song. And I remember like counting the bars of the sheet music, like, oh, if I start at the very end, that would be perfect. And so this one day, and it was for Millie, and they were like, do you have another song? And I'm like, because I sang like an up-tempo, like period song. I was like, yeah. I was like, I have a contrasting song, is that okay? They're like, yeah, that's fine. So I did this song. I'd never rehearsed it before with accompaniment. I never did it for an audition. I did the basic musical theater audition no. You never audition with a song that you've never rehearsed, or like, the sheet music's the first time.
Tried it out with an accompaniment.
Exactly. Yeah. Well, I did. I booked that job. So I was like, woohoo! But then I used that song for years, and it's At the Fountain from Sweet Smell of Success. You now know. Everyone knows now.
The secret of your success. So lastly, Norm Lewis for a while said that he wanted to play the Phantom.
Who said that?
Norm Lewis.
Yes.
He put that out there, and then he eventually got to.
Yeah. I know what you're getting at.
So,
I know what you're getting
what
at.
role do you want to put out there in the universe here on Line of 5?
Oh, gosh. Okay. I actually wrote these down. So, in no particular order. Ooh, who could Vince do? This is going to sound so obvious, but I want to play Hamilton in Hamilton on Broadway, because that's huge.
I feel like you should just let that slide tonight.
Yeah. Oh, I'm going to let that slide tonight. Tonight,
just be subtle about it.
I'm just going to I'm going to be rapping the beginning and just I tweeted Lin-Manuel earlier today. I was like, I'm so excited to see the show. I promise I won't rap out loud along with you. I'd be like, shut up! Quiet you! I'm gonna let them do it. They get paid to do it. So, love to play Hamilton. I'm a huge fan of Gene Kelly, and I think, how there was there was Fosse on Broadway, where it was every single Fosse thing on one stage. I think there should be one for Gene Kelly, and I would love to play him. I love to play Gene Kelly, do a Gene Kelly role. Right now, it's Singing in the Rain is the one that comes to mind.
Which is slated to come to Broadway.
I know, that's exciting. Derek's going to be amazing.
Yeah.
What's the other one? These are so random. I shouldn't be playing these roles. I want to play the title role of Jekyll and Hyde.
Okay, well, who's to say you can't?
I don't know. I used to think I can't play that role. I'm Asian. And, that may sound sad, but I literally thought that. And that's the world I grew up in. Yeah. So, truths change over time.
Yeah, no, let's hope that's not a trend, that's actually something that we get to see more of.
Well, yeah, I hope so, because every time I would do White Christmas, I always wanted to be Phil Davis, and Phil Davis is the song and dance man of Bob Wallace, Phil Davis, and they're played by two white guys, because in the movies they were played by two white guys, but in my head, I knew I couldn't understudy that role, but in my heart, I was like, no, I can play that role. And sometimes you just gotta feel those things and be honest about those things, because as an artist, we can't change the want or the desire. So I can work on the role for years but never play it, but at least it's something artistically is fulfilling. So, Broadway dreams, kids.
They come true.
Well, sometimes they do. They skip. Mine skipped, and I was just and Crazy Ex-Girlfriend. So it's
it's not a bad place to be. That's
no, not at all. It's wonderful. It's
again,
best of both worlds. Crazy Ex-Girlfriend is a 1-hour musical comedy, so that works great with me. What song am I doing now? Awesome.
Well, Vince, thank you so much for stopping by.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, of course. And you could catch him on Crazy Ex-Girlfriend Monday nights, right?
Monday nights
on the CW
at 8:00.
Yeah. Okay. Bye, everyone. Thanks for watching.